All right, guys, in today's video, Hawaii is not what you think it is.
People have such a narrow view of what they think it is. We're observing the Hawaii workforce.
Hawaii luxury real estate.
Weather in Hawaii. It's
Tough one for me, but let's go. The city, the beach, the view, the weather. It's not just the thing you see. We're gonna dig a little deeper.
town, city, Honolulu.
Wait, this part of town, or are we talking like
all the
Karihi
way.
all the way to Waikiki?
All the way. Buildings, we think business professionals, we think Honolulu city lights, we think luxury buildings, we think new construction, we think old classic Honolulu, Chinatown, dining, the best food on the island, you know, the best night scene, the best club scenes. If you want to come to Hawaii and actually be out late at night, you want to be in downtown Honolulu. So I think most people are like, okay, that's where the action is.
Well, it's not just what you think. When I think of town, not just this block necessarily, but I can think of human trafficking. You've heard maybe some NPR specials of, you know, people flying in to sell their babies. Not the best beaches necessarily. You know, you don't come to Hawaii to live in a tall building necessarily.
I guess that's not like the dream, right?
Expensive, overpriced condos, which timestamp today, a lot of them having insurance issues, construction material issues, lawsuits in certain buildings, suing the builder. I see problems. I see drug use. I see homelessness.
Yeah.
The worst traffic in the Pacific. Townie is the word for people who grow up around the city. My dad, Townie, Mo'iri'iri, Makiki area, Waikiki Beach boy.
I think displacement is a big one. If your dad had come home in recent years and driven through here, I wonder what he would have thought.
You made me start singing Brother Is?
I know.
You
How
know the
would
song,
he
right?
feel?
How would he feel?
Yeah.
It's one thing during the day, aloha shirt, you know, a guy unloading at the Coca-Cola Pepsi truck and like, oh, hey, how's it, brother?
That's
How's
literally the
delivery?"
experience we just had.
But as cities do at night, it's a different thing too. Hawaii luxury real estate. You know what? I'm gonna take the positive on this one. Best views in the world, arguably.
Yeah.
I mean, we might talk about, you know, the place in Greece and
Yeah,
you know, some cliffs and
Mykonos or something.
we all know where Hawaii ranks. Local person built their wealth. We're thinking Robert Kiyosaki or the owners of whatever restaurants here in Hawaii, whatever. You've built your wealth up. And you're like, you know what? In this second, on this back nine, I want a view. I want luxury.
Yeah.
I want your postcard, my life.
Yeah.
This is the best place to do it. I mean, maybe even this particular neighborhood, Mahi and I, to one of our clients who's several tens of millions in net worth, we showed this home here. I mean, where else?
It's not only what you think.
Okay.
Because sure, I see all of that, and as a real estate agent, I see that, and I am happy to help clients who are in that position, who have built their wealth and they worked hard and they deserve it. But I also see more offshore money. I see more homes that are vacant. I see more second, third, fourth residences as opposed to, you know, somebody living the back nine here and enjoying their life.
That's true.
I see people wanting to have that postcard be their life, not considering the people who can't be here, who could never be here, who have been pushed out of here so that these things can be here now. I see displacement. I see local families leaving the island because of that displacement. I see a lot of things. It's a weird dichotomy of like wanting to help people but wanting to help other people. Luxury real estate in Hawaii is not just what you think it is when you think pipe dream, where I want to live if I ever hit the big bucks, if I ever won the lottery, this is what I would buy, a luxury home in Hawaii. Everybody says that. Everybody thinks that. But as a local person working on building wealth in Hawaii, I can tell you what we also see. Okay, so we're in downtown Honolulu. We're observing the Hawaii workforce. When I think workforce in Hawaii, I think aloha shirts. I think we don't need to be stuffy. We don't need to wear button-ups. I mean, I guess an aloha shirt is a button-up, but we don't need to wear suit and tie. Like this would be like the Wall Street of Honolulu. Yeah. And everybody's in aloha shirt, maybe some khaki slacks, maybe some slides, sometimes even slippers, depending. Today, Friday, probably can.
Women could dress like this.
You could be a business professional dressed like this. I feel like there's more smiles per capita in the Hawaii workforce than like the drab workforce that you think of in some city where people can run and bump into each other and not even say hi. I think people who actually acknowledge people. I think people who go down, have lunch together in their aloha shirts and shaka at people as they're passing by. I think people who are generally just nicer and have a little bit more respect, because after all, this is Hawaii. It is a small community. You're probably going to run into these people that you're working with again. Maybe even a little bit of ino, a little bit of kanikapila together on the weekend.
Translate, a little bit of drinking, a little bit of playing music.
Yeah.
But it's not just what you think. When you see these workers and everyone walking around here, again, homelessness and dangerous. This is the area where the lady got mugged.
Oh, okay. Thanks for
Broke
bringing
her
me.
shoulder. Is it the best foodie pocket of the island? Sure. But at what cost? I see underpaid workers. I see a cost of living
Okay.
and a wage.
Yeah.
You know, I returned to the Hawaii workforce when I first moved back home from California. And I worked in the medical field. I worked in imaging. I had previously done X-ray, MRI, a little interventional. And I thought, well, I'm moving home, you know, to doctors wearing aloha shirts. Boy, was I wrong. I'm not talking about where to live or fair, you know, so I'm not steering towards any housing. It's talking about the culture of Hawaii. But when you insert that kind of Asian hierarchy, it's like, I'm the doctor, shut your mouth. You know, I'm the attorney, get it freaking done. I own this insurance place, get to it. And I bet you there's a lot more of that around here than you see when you're just going to Fort Street Mall and everyone, hey, Jose, yo, get some good pho for $6.99. It's not just that. Overworked, underpaid,
yeah.
sometimes navigating danger and treacherousness. Just imagine 40 years of walking these streets, working a really highly skilled job for $50,000 and trying to live here. Shout out to my client Ryan. Not here, but he's a teacher, but has invested well over a whole market. It's like 15 plus years and accumulated great wealth to buy his family a great home. It can be done. Maybe we'll end this video talking about how you can make it.
Weather in Hawaii.
It's a tough one for me, but let's go. I'm up for it.
It's pretty hard to argue with where we're standing right now, the type of day it is, the scene behind us, the sky above us, the cool breeze. Hawaii weather, beautiful, tropical, sunny, not too extreme, not too hot. You can be outside. The water is temperate, so you're never dying of heat, and you're also never freezing.
Okay.
Hard to beat.
It's not only what you think. You're actually a difficult one for me to dialogue on this one with, because Mahi is the type that would have no air conditioner.
Yeah.
Tell me not, you lived in Oregon and Japan. You ever like miss the fall season? When the pumpkin spice lattes kick, you also, a little cold front would be nice too.
Yeah.
You know, bust out a jacket.
Why we got cold front in Mililani?
Yeah.
It's like 70 degrees.
66 at night and then quickly at 70 in the day. I see boring, you know?
I feel like if we were in a different backdrop, that would be more of a believable.
But
like,
you know,
so
we get clients coming in and some are like, I don't like the Hawaii weather. We get local people.
Yeah.
I'm not moving ever too hot. We get local people. I'm not moving up to Wahiawa, Mililani.
Too
We get rain and cold all the time.
Yeah.
And so I see microclimates. Now, let's not even get into like a big island where you could live in an actual desert. You're probably not living amongst snow, but you could go amongst snow. But that doesn't take away from my boring point because you gotta fly there for that.
Yeah.
And also, it does get hot and humid enough that it's irritating at times.
For him.
Just this past weekend, tell me now, it was hot.
I'm not hot like you all the time.
Oh, we know that.
Okay. Don't do that.
We know that.
Close your shirt. Boring. I think the word is one-dimensional.
One-dimensional may be appropriate. We're almost like obligated to do this little piece.
Yeah.
But you're right. I will take Hawaii weather and fly to Japan or Oregon or something to get my cold fix in. Because truth be told, although it's cute, although dressing up and all that, my wife gets to throw on the boots and that's cute.
Full time though?
After the vacation, by the end of the vacation, it's old and it's irritating.
Yeah.
For our mainland buyers, our phone rings the most last week of January.
When people are like, we gotta get out of
So
here.
like March.
I'm not doing another winter.
You know what? I gotta make this happen. I cannot. The holidays are finished. Not cute anymore. We already took the tree down. I'm watching you in Mahe with this ocean in the background. I'm out.
Yeah, come be bored. Come get bored of this weather with us.
But then our local clients, it's throughout the year. I mean, more in the summer because they're moving and shifting.
As a local person, I can say we are entitled when it comes to like the things we complain about, and it quickly becomes like, even if you are not from here and you move here, you quickly, maybe a year into it, you're like, oh man, I'm so tired of this, you know. But it's like,
that's what I wanted to say. If you're from the mainland and you move here, at first it's just, oh, it's great. February's great, June's great, everything's great. Give me a couple of years. If you're not acknowledging some of the shortcomings that us entitled local people have. Well, you're not from here or haven't been here that long.
Yeah.
Well, I could see you. You're from Kailua. I know you're not descendant from Kamehameha, you know, you're like, freaking raining.
Oh, yeah.
It's cold today.
Yeah.
You're wearing beanie when it's 69.
Yeah.
He been here a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hawaii is full of these plantation style homes, right? We're talking single wall construction. We're talking a piece of wood that thick. Hang a picture, boom, nail on the outside. You gotta fold it down. You remember this? The freaking.
Yes. Anyway.
We're talking termite damage.
Yeah.
We're talking corrugated roofs. We're talking the rain keeping you up at night. Foundation problems. Instead of a concrete slab, you have these stilts, and then, you know, a little bit rain moves the dirt. Typically no air conditioning. It's not actually fair to say cockroaches, but I just think, you know, jealousy window, that's why.
Okay, yeah.
Not the house or anything else, but just jealousy window. We're talking power lines. You're not talking a modern house.
No, you're not. I know what you're thinking. It's not what you think. Yes, single wall. I like that. I like the plantation home look. I love the sound of rain on a corrugated iron roof. Like we were talking about how, like, I'd probably build a gazebo just to have that, so that I could hear that noise.
And what? Turn on the sprinkler. This one.
Oh yeah, the fanning sprinkler, just to hear the rain.
Yeah. Do you like hearing the, like, when you step?
I don't mind
you know,
it.
You get the sound.
I
of
actually
the plant?
kind of like that.
You like that?
I like the sound of the pitter patter. Like I
Yeah.
like a full house with my nieces and nephews and my kids, and I like hearing the dun 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 dun.
Harder for sneak out on one plantation.
Correct.
You're not sneaking out.
No.
Like concrete slab. Walk out confidently.
I think nice and breezy with the jealousies. I'm not a person who wants climate control, so your whole like, oh, can I, not ACs. I'm fine with jealousies. I'd be fine. You're sweating, no beads.
You're sweating too.
Am I?
I see a little shine, yeah.
Okay, I'm just shiny. I love this old classic home. I love a carport. I don't want an enclosed garage. Like, sure, I'll take it. If you're gonna give it to me, I'll take it. But my dream home that I'm building, it's like a detached carport.
So let's say you have $2 million to build a home.
Yes,
You building carport.
I'm also building a carport.
Or you have a garage and a carport?
I'm gonna put a garage for Kyle's Impala. If it wasn't for that, I would not have made that compromise.
Just straight carport. You see, you have a 5-car carport.
No, we're not gonna have 5 cars. Don't be ridiculous.
Okay.
I love the planet. I think of
You're
us
implying.
that you don't love the planet.
Okay.
I mean, you want to run the AC, you want to have 5 cars, like you must not care about your carbon footprint. Carbon footprint, I think of a smaller carbon footprint. I think of a more quaint house and a little bit more land. I feel like modern homes are all about building up as much as you can on your lot. Your whole house takes up
You
your
know
lot.
what?
The square footage takes up the whole damn thing.
There's something, right? Like you know that home, Mokuria side, the brown one with the nice yard?
Yes.
Like there's something about the yard just doesn't seem like it makes as good of a memories if the house is on a concrete slab and is enclosed.
No.
It could even be a $2 million house, all post-imperial, all plantation style. But the fact that it's that yard makes better memories. Yeah,
It does.
You know what I mean?
And there's more
You see
plumerias
what I
in
mean?
that yard. There's more and more kids come play at that house.
Thanksgiving football hits harder.
Yeah. It's just, that's what I want. I don't mind that it's single wall.
You know why I think that is because with that plantation home, jealousy windows are open. You can be making Portuguese bean soup. Hey, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But in the compound with the
Let
concrete.
me go through the foyer to
like go on the speaker.
on my intercom system to talk to my
You guys
kid.
have to come in. It flows.
It just feels like
Connects.
Hawaii to me. You can still have a very nice plantation home. Like, hey, man, if it's single wall, sure, you can go add drywall inside if you like. It's not like that's impossible.
Yeah, you can.
You can still have a plantation home and do those upgrades, but you just can't get the character. You can't get the feel of an old plantation home in a modern build.
Yeah.
It's just not the same.
All right, guys. So that was a quick video about kind of stark contrast, bit of pros and cons, but really perspective. Hawaii is one thing at the surface. It's paradise. But it's also another thing. We're a little hyperbolic, right? A little extreme, especially on the negative side. Read between, enjoy the entertainment, understand the nuance. For my local people, as always, contribute. Hey, you guys are a little off here, or good points, you didn't mention this. In the process of making that video, couldn't help but to identify the struggle of trying to make it here. This isn't a platform, a dialogue, a way for me to solve all housing problems, nor do I think I can. But I can't have as great of an impact on you or the masses as I would love to. But let's talk about it a little bit, especially for my local people who wish to stay here or only want to leave with ties remaining here so they can come back, whatever the case may be. Or if you're watching this from the mainland or you want your kid to see this and their goal is to stay rooted in Colorado or whatever. Right now, during political season, there's people who are triggered right now on the left, on the right of the political spectrum. Did you know about this? This on the news, They said this, he did this, he got shot, he didn't get shot. That leads into your mindset around making it. If you don't think you can make it, you're probably right. If you think you can and there might be a way, then you're probably right. And that's just what I wish for you. I wish to reframe that. Now, I get it. I worked my ass off. I joined the Coast Guard. I got degrees. I got this job at Stanford. I was making $67 an hour. But after I traveled to see my dad once a year, we just didn't have much money. I never could see myself buying, even though I had a VA loan. I was never getting ahead, because I should have been in the housing market way sooner. Another thing is, I should have been thinking how, not why am I not? You know, well, society laid out the plan. If I join the Coast Guard, get the degree, and then get the good job at Stanford, I should be making it. So basically, I was losing money. I was dwindling towards zero and gathering debt. And then I started to think how, and just jumped off the bridge and learned how to fly on the way down. I was so scared I had to figure out how. I started to figure out how. And so now I look everywhere and see how. Could open a tree trimming business, and how much would that be? Could leverage people for a parking lot cleaning, like how much would that be? Learn how to fix cars, just create a business. How much could you make there? You start thinking how can I make it? So how much does it cost to buy a house? A lot of people out there can afford. They can afford to buy. They just can't afford to buy what they want. They pay rent, but mortgage would be more. The question is how? How do we close that gap? If you pay this much rent, but it would cost this much to buy a house, you know, if you feel like I could buy this, but with my kids, I'd really want to live in this. Well, one, you might have to start here. This is a sacrifice. That's a first world problem, to start there. The other is, how do you increase your income? So I just called my lender, said, hey, for every $100,000 that you're borrowing right now, it's about $600 in payment, give or take. Right now, it's about $600 for every $100,000 that you're borrowing. So if I were at the threshold, I was like, I can buy 700, but that's put me in this townhome. My wife wouldn't be happy. If I could buy 800, I could go single family. How can I qualify for 600 more? Well, how could you make 1,200 more per month? Because the amount of money you need to make to increase your debt by 600 is 1,200. How can I make 1,200 more per month? How can I make 2,400 more per month? It's probably not working overtime, so I'd encourage you to have some level of side hustle. We can't solve all of that here. I know I make it sound easy. I'm talking about the tip of the iceberg, when I've struggled for 15 years to get to the point of understanding that I have on how to earn, how to ensure that those around me are earning, opening side businesses. Summary, I hope you can shift your mindset to a little more offense and not just defense, and also not a single play of offense. Now, if you're a sports person, team sports, you can bear with me. You can play so much defense, but it's literally a zero-sum game. Two football teams have the best defense, you play forever, everyone's got zero. But in this game of making it in Hawaii, making it in Colorado, making it in this world in 2024, I would encourage you to have a good defense, but add plays to the playbook on offense, increase earnings, and hopefully just make it. And you don't have to buy a house with us, buy a house with someone. Get into the market, start with the townhome. Today, be careful with insurance and all of that, but start small, work your way bigger, and increase your offensive playbook over time and build wealth. Read books, read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Psychology of Money, The Millionaire Next Door. I see too many times, I'm not throwing shade, I see too many times a new Tacoma, now this Frontier, but I see a new Tacoma, lift, rims, sounds. What's the opportunity cost? What, 10,000 doubled every 7 years, or 10,000 towards an FHA loan and a house that appreciates 20% in 2021. Like, the opportunity cost of living that life is that you don't make it, but you can make it. We have a 23-year-old through his merit buying a house this year. Hard work, showing up, working more than normal though, not just working 20 to 40 hours, working abnormally more than normal, growing, reading, learning more than normal, and just shift to how instead of this mindset of why can't we. You can. I believe in you. I'm rooting for you.